Ladies, if you wear wigs, weaves, braids, or extensions,
and if you're tender-headed like me,
or tangled just like me,
or have thick hair like mine,
or hate giving you hair comb,
keep watching.
Hi guys, thanks for checking out another TM Hair Products video. What I'm doing at this point is I am detangling her hair. She suffers from single strand knots all over her hair. So I'm using the TM Hair Products Smooth Through Detangler, which is what you see on the right side of your screen, rubbing it into her hair. Before then, I lightly mist the hair with water to make it more pliable. I am using a finer tooth comb, not an extremely fine tooth comb, a finer tooth comb, because she has so many single strand knots, and a wide tooth comb would miss that. Because the Smooth Through Detangler is pretty concentrated, if it feels too thick in my hand, I go over it again with a little water, detangling her hair up to the root. And I like to pick through the hair, as you'll see shortly right there. I like to pick through the hair like I'm doing there to loosen up the knots and tangles, and that line is where the shed hairs are going to come out. So that line is where the shed hairs are moving down the comb and down the hair, and as you see here, it comes out in the comb. That's why I like to use a fine tooth comb. I have a lot of clients who like, oh my God, I can't use a fine tooth comb, until they use the detangler and they use a fine tooth comb and they fall in love with the fine tooth comb, because it literally gets all of the tangles out of her hair. As you can see there, that's where the dead hairs are coming out. Her hair has been shampooed, rinsed the detangler out, and now we're going to deep condition. This is where the magic happens, you guys. I'm going to use the TM Hair Product Smooth Through Detangler as a deep conditioner. This is where everything that her hair needs is going to happen, because what happens when you deep condition is the heat from the dryer raises the cuticles and allows the product to go under the cuticles. So, and when you rinse your hair, it traps in all of the vitamin and nutrition that this detangler slash deep conditioner slash co-wash has to offer. So that's why I'm huge on deep conditioning. And I like to twist the hair. I like to twist the hair to keep it from recoiling back up on itself. I'm going to sit her under the dryer for 20 minutes and rinse the detangler out of her hair. Now her hair has been blow dried. So I rinsed the detangler out. Her hair has been lightly blow dried. I didn't blow dry super straight. I just blow dried it to get the coils out, because as I stated in a previous video, hair that's very tightly coiled 4C hair, it handles better when the hair is stretched. So I'll be using, as you saw, my spray bottle. I'll be styling her hair with the Perfect Assist styling aid. I'll be using a wide tooth comb that you see there, and then a finer tooth comb that you see there. That's what I'll be using to do her hair. We are adding curl formers to 4C hair. I'm excited for you guys to see this, because you guys have seen my previous curl former videos and I get so many questions about the curl former, so I'm going to try and answer them in this video. One, parting is very important when you're using curl formers on 4C hair type, because you want to get as much of the hair in the curl former as possible. Now, your parting method, it doesn't matter your parting method. You can do bricks, you can do half moons, you can do triangles, you can do diamonds, you can do whatever. So here, I'm just parting off, and it's going to kind of look like diamonds. That's what I'm doing right now. But you can use any parting method. Just make sure that, one, the parts are not in straight rows. Make sure they're always staggered. And two, your parts are not too big. That's one of the things, that's where people go wrong with curl formers. Their parts are too big. They put like 8 curl formers in their entire head, and that's what makes the curl formers not come out so well. Now, I blow dried her hair to lightly mist it with water, because I'm going to add the Perfect Assist styling aid to her hair. The styling aid is good. This is the Perfect Assist styling aid. It's going to moisturize her hair. It's going to give her hair a nice luster. It's going to give her hair a slight hold. It's not a heavy hold, but it's going to give her hair a slight hold, and it's going to also help fight frizz. The styling aid can be used as a leave-in for natural hairstyles, not silk pressing, not flat iron, but when you do natural hairstyles such as this, you don't have to blow dry your hair, but like I said, 4C hair handles better in a stretched state. Now, as you can see, when I put the curl former in her hair, I put it as close to the root as I could possibly get it. That is also important when you're using curl formers. And the styling aid is going to give it like a polished look. And that's why I don't use any setting lotions. I don't use anything other than the styling aid when I'm styling their hair, because I love the way it makes the hair lay. I love how it fights the frizz, and I love the way it makes the hair smell. It also fights odor. So my daughter's very active and she sweats in her hair, so I love the way it fights odor as well. As you can see, I'm not putting very much on her hair, but I'm rubbing it in from the root all the way to the tips. I want her entire hair, strand of hair to be coated. As you can see, again, I put it as close to the root as possible and slide the hair in the curl former. That one didn't want to cooperate. Now you see how her hair is reverting back? You want to get the curl former on her hair before it reverts back completely. There we go. So that's what her entire head is going to look like. As you see, I tried to get it as close to the root as possible. This is what her entire head looks like with the curl formers in her hair. You try to get it as close to the root as possible. Think about if you were curling your hair with curlers. How many curls you would curl your hair with the curlers with is the amount of curl formers you will put in your hair. And I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to braid her hair up into a bun. You guys, she is out. Her scalp has been stimulated and tingled and all of that. She is out like a light. So I tried to capture as much of this as I could to show you guys. But I'm just using the feed in method. I want her hair to look very natural. I want her bun to look very natural. So I'm putting very small pieces of hair in to do the feed in method. So I'm not doing very much because I want her hair to look as close as to natural as possible. That's what TM hair products do to your children. It put them out because their hair is stimulated, their scalps are tingling, and they love it. I have clients who kids love our Smooth Through Detangler and our Perfect Assist styling aid. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I set her under the dryer. Now, if you can sit under the dryer for a longer period of time, that would be great. But I set her under the dryer for about 30 minutes. And you see how her hair looks polished. It almost looks like I curled her hair with a curling iron. Now, there's a few spaces in her hair where it didn't get the heat from the dryer. The styling aid will still have your curl formers nice and polished, but they won't look so silky. It'll look like your natural hair in curl formers. And some people go for that look, but I like a more silky look. I like it to almost look like I curled her hair with a curler. So that's what I was going for. And I needed to trim her hair. I always forget to get him a trim when you do curl formers because you can see all the straggly ends when you do curl formers. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trimming off the little ends of her hair. But I love the way her hair came out. The curl formers look so pretty. And I will show you guys pictures at the end. So yes, you can do curl formers on 4C hair and they will come out beautiful. The trick is, 1, using the perfect assist styling aid because it adds hold and it fights frizz, and 2, sitting under the dryer. Those are the 2 components that you need to come out with, and using enough curl formers. So those are the 3 components that you need to have a great curl former style. And this is basically the end look. I'm going to go through and trim her little ends, and that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. She's so dramatic. Leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.